I've been diagnosed in August with two things. First was the dermatomyositis and subsequently breast cancer 2 days later. The symptoms came on with skin and muscle symptoms, and then subsequently I also had blocked duct, which I thought was a blocked duct, but it turned out to be breast cancer. Before the diagnosis, I was actually suffering silently. My nails were affected, so that kind of made it very difficult for me to carry my boy and breastfeed. I was actually having myositis, which is the muscle is like slowly dying away. So my arms were actually very, very sore when I carry my son Caden every night. But I thought it was because of him. That's why I had the sore arms. But actually, when I was admitted, the levels showed that actually my muscles were affected, and it actually also affects the heart and things like that as well. Quite scary for a young person like me to suddenly have swallowing difficulties, and it also made me think of my patients, like those with stroke and things like that. You know, suddenly your role is reversed when you, from a doctor to a patient, you start thinking and reflect a lot. I was sorry. I think the first thing I thought of was my kids. I may not see them grow up. I think I shared on my Instagram, like there was this book that I shared with my kid. Cancer Hates Kisses. Mommy is a cancer fighting superhero. Goes through what happens. This is where the doctor breaks the news. Mommy is also a superhero.
What is that? What are you saying?
What is that? Should I say? I want to see them get married, have grandchildren, I guess. Yeah. Okay, my husband is my pillar and my whip. So the moment I told him, his hands became a bit cold. Usually he's quite steady person, nothing really worries him and like can face him. So at that time he came over and held my hand, his hands was cold. So I knew how much I meant to him. He kept me company whenever I'm in hospital, when it's possible. But I also say he's my whip. Just because I've got cancer doesn't mean he goes easy on me. We were driving to get some stuff for my son after the diagnosis. Like I was helping him read the map. I didn't really read it properly, and he was also like, you know, just because you have cancer doesn't mean you cannot be human, kind of thing. So like we are still husband and wife as per normal, and he keeps me on my toes to remind me that just because I have cancer doesn't mean that I cannot live life as per normal. I would still function as per normal. The main thing is, if you have a support system, then you should tap into it and not be shy to ask for help, because the journey is actually quite long and it's like a marathon. You need to have support constantly throughout. Always hold close to the important people in your life, like your husband and your children. They will be the one who will tie you through it. Personally, for me also is because of my faith. So that has given me strength to kind of like accept the diagnosis really quickly and move on from that. The moment I found out about my diagnosis, like a few days later, I knew I wanted to write about my experience, because I wanted to share what I was going through, and I wanted to let people know that actually it wasn't that scary. And even though you have cancer and dermatomyositis, life carries on as per normal. In fact, you can live a very fulfilling life. Feel that I'm living a more meaningful life now compared to before. I have kind of like appreciate things a bit more now compared to maybe a few years back when I was just going through life as a doctor. As for moms, as I said, I think the first thing we do think about is our children, but the children are also our strongest source of superpower to a certain extent. At the end of the day, when I see my son and I see Caden, I I feel happy and I kind of like forget about everything. Your children will be your strongest source of energy at the end of the day. So for every one video share, Motherhood will donate RM1 to Breast Cancer Welfare Association Malaysia. So please do your part and share the video.